Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I'm so happy to be speaking with Brontë Fall. She has a fantastic new single out. It's called Invited to the Party, and I'm very excited to talk to her all about it. Brontë, how are you doing? What's happening? How was your
I'm
weekend?
I'm good, Austin. I'm okay. My weekend was a little quiet, but
Okay.
makes me more productive during the week, I think.
I agree. You need to recharge
hmm
from a crazy week to kind of power through the normal week. So I get
Yeah.
it. Um, Listen, I want to jump right into it. You've got this song, and as soon as I got sent to me, it's literally been stuck in my head since the moment I listened to it. I mean that.
Yay.
I'm not just saying that to blow up your ego. It is unbelievably catchy. Um, I think the first thing that I really want to talk about here is like what inspired it and what does the song mean to you?
Well, something very specific inspired it. I have been, hustling in this industry since 2016, 2017. I started releasing music then, and and it's going. It's not like skyrocketing, like it's tough out there. You're hustling.
Sure.
And last year I was nominated for a Hollywood Independent Music Award,
Hell yeah.
and that felt really big. Like, I think it's funny as artists, like, we're kind of supposed to like poo poo awards and things, like, are just subjective, but Lord, did it,
Yeah.
yeah, Lord, did it feel good to get nominated.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to write a song that was just like over the top excited about this small win because the small wins matter.
Yes.
And I went to my guitar teacher after the nomination, and after I went out to Hollywood and I went to the awards show, and it was my first red carpet. It was like, that was mine, like that I was part
Right.
of the red carpet. Felt so good. It felt so fancy. And I was telling my guitar teacher, and she was like, Terry, you got invited to the party. And I was like, I did. I got invited to the damn party. Like, I
Yeah.
just always have felt like I'm trying to claw any door open in this music industry. Like,
Right.
baby, like tiny, tiny inch open. And it just felt like such a great relief. So,
Listen, it's borderline impossible to make your mark and do anything.
right.
And I think nowadays, like without getting too technical, but like the barrier to entry is so low to make music now. Anyone with a laptop can make a halfway decent song.
Totally.
But it's so much more than just putting out a song. Like I think people who generally listen to music without getting too serious about it, they listen to their Discover playlists or a friend recommends something and it's like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, I'll listen to that. But actually building a fan base and building a following of people who listen to music for you is an impossible task.
totally.
And honestly, to go back what you said about like poo-pooing the awards, no, you should be more proud than anyone because you busted your ass to get there and to
Yeah,
even be in the conversation. Um,
totally.
and to write a song about it. And, I knew that from listening to the lyrics and getting the background, but it doesn't matter. You should be so proud of yourself for doing that.
Well, thank you, Austin.
Yeah. I'm serious though, because it doesn't matter what industry you're in, but specifically entertainment as like a whole. How
Yeah,
does anyone do it? No, you
agreed.
keep working and you network and you make those connections. And at the end of the day, like you've got a song and a voice and a sound that is familiar enough for people to come back to.
hmm
So
Well,
I get
thank
it.
you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, and this was a big change for me genre-wise. I mean, my songwriting style has not changed. I'm from Chicago, and sorry, I know you didn't ask a question, but I feel like this is kind of
No, this
naturally
is
the
an
next thing.
open forum.
Okay.
You say whatever you
But I'm from Chicago, grew up listening to really everything. Like,
Sure.
I mean, we were talking before we started recording like our first albums. Like, mine was like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and Spice Girls, but
Yeah.
I listened
Hey,
to
NSYNC
Disney
was my
Chick.
first concert.
Oh,
So
me
yeah.
too.
Get out. No strings attached to her?
I probably, yeah,
Probably, yeah.
probably.
Fantastic.
Um, but uh, all to say, and I've played lots of instruments. I've just really been trying to navigate where I fit. And I moved to Nashville because of the songwriting community. Like, I'm
Sure.
a songwriter first and foremost. I knew I didn't like fully fit into country. Like, I'm not from the South. I'm such a northern suburbs Chicago gal.
Sure.
Um, and so, but I had this kind of like folky thing going on. I played fiddle Went to school for violin.
Hell yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe I'm Americana. Like, I'm kind of pop, I'm kind of folk, I'm kind of country, I'm kind of rock. And, I've been kind of in that lane since 2017. And via my radio promoter, he's out in LA, and he's like, I think you should work with this new producer in LA, Brian Kennedy. He's a pop producer. And I'm
Yeah,
like, hell yeah. I mean, I'm just I'm grateful for opportunity, Austin.
sure.
Like, I'm just like open to wherever it will take me. I'm here. I'm a dedicated musician, music in my bones, and I'm just kind of going wherever it'll take me. So, recorded this song with Brian Kennedy, and he produced Rihanna Disturbia.
Yeah,
So like, Disturbia is very different from the route sound wise I was, and I was
completely.
totally
Yeah.
completely. So I was interested to see where that would take me, and so that's what invited to the party is.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
So this was your first time working with this producer
Yeah.
specifically. Had you
Hmm.
worked with other producers in the past?
Yes, I.
Okay.
He is. Yeah, he's like my fourth or fifth producer.
Okay, cool. So how does the experience change from person to person? And the reason that I ask that is because I feel like producers are kind of half your brain. They're like the half of your brain
Yeah.
that you can unlock because production is like speaking a language that if you haven't learned it, you can't just go on a computer and figure it out. Like you need to have that
Yeah.
person that understands you to the core in a way to kind of unlock what you're doing. So I guess, yeah, this experience versus the others.
Yeah. And so I released a full length album at the end of 2024.
Hmm.
So it was kind of writing that album all last year. That's where the HEMA award came from. But I, it's, I'm just grateful for this experience wherever this leads me. But Nashville, Nashville versus LA, the experience has been very different.
Oh,
With my
yeah.
Yeah, my last two producers in Nashville, the recording session was we made some, like, me and a producer made really scratch demos for a 2 day studio experience, and we hired session players.
Sure.
And so I paid for 2 days of the studio and the session players, and we knocked out like 5 songs one day, 4 songs the next day, all live, and I sing over them playing. Really cool experience. That's how I did it in Nashville. I went to LA. I worked with just Brian Kennedy.
Okay.
I sang and played my song for him, and then we kind of laid down a track together. And again, because I live in Nashville, I would just go to. I'm working on an EP with him right now, by the way. So
Okay.
there's like 6 more songs coming.
Awesome.
um, but we sing it through. He lays down piano. We get some badass vocal takes. Like,
Right.
I literally sang the shit out of this song
Yes,
for
that is a
hours.
fact.
And we did line by line. It wasn't
Sure.
like in Nashville, I sang the song probably 4 times through, a couple treble spots, and then we were done.
Sure.
This was like 4 hours or 5 hours of invited to the party and line by line. And I left. So all we had was like a rough track that Brian played. I left, and then he delivered that epic track to me.
It's awesome. And so yeah, obviously I've had the opportunity to listen to your other music and I won't say that it's like a massive shift because I feel that you and your voice are kind of like the central anchor of the music as a whole. And it's everything else that has changed a little bit.
Yeah.
And with that being said, and you say that you have more music on the way, and you don't have to say too much if you don't want
Yeah,
to,
no,
but
that's
like,
okay.
are you going to be looking to experiment? Is it going to be in a similar route of like that sort of Americana pop sound?
It is definitely in this new lane.
Okay,
Um, this new, maybe it sounds Americana, but yeah, this new kind of like pop
sure.
LA realm. I'm kind of like,
Yeah,
I really like Nashville. I am excited to explore like just new avenues. I've done all
sure.
my photo shoots before in Nashville. I'm coming out to LA to do photo shoots, and I just wanted a new experience with this to just keep
I
it
get
fresh and
it.
exciting.
I know. But listen, at the end of the day, like you're the one investing your time and energy into it. If you're not happy with it, what's the point of doing it? You know what I
Right.
mean? It's
Right.
people would say it's vain to listen to your own music in the car, but if you're if you're not making music that you'd want to listen to yourself, then again, what's the point?
Yeah. Totally.
So, yeah.
Totally.
Um, Now a question I have specifically because this is sort of a change in sound is like we're always listening to new things, we're always taking in new influences, whether it be specific artists or just like being out there and living in the world. Has that change in your life sort of impacted the way that you're making music?
Wait, sorry, will you ask that question one more time? How,
Like, obvious. Okay, so you've been doing this for a little bit.
yeah,
Has have changes in your life, whether it be people or things you listen to, impacted the change, like in the way that you're making music, or even just the sound as a whole?
totally. I love that question. Sorry, I needed to like
You're
process
good.
it.
You're good. Yeah, yeah.
I definitely think coming to Nashville opened me up to so much new music as far as like
Awesome.
Americana music. Like
Sure.
the month I moved here, Jason Isbell had released a new album.
He's
And
so good.
so, yeah, and it was all over the radio. So I got really into him and his
Yeah.
songwriting. And oh, I think Brandy Carlisle had also just released an album that was
Sweet.
all over the radio here. So I really like, I honestly didn't listen to them when I was living in Chicago. And so that was really instrumental, I think, in the last few albums that I've released. But I'm even inspired by like big pop artists like
It's
Gracie
impossible
Abrams.
not to be. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I really listen to melody and lyricism. And like I'm like, oh god, gosh, like how does Gracie Abrams like and she opened for Taylor Swift and I went to the Taylor
Yeah. Of
Swift concert. But I'm like, oh, like
course.
her melodies and lyrics are so like they're fast and they're driving and you just like they're mesmerizing and I
Totally.
think I'm inspired by where I live, by what I'm hearing at the times, what I'm hearing on the radio. And now this new era, like with Brian, I've been kind of listening to who he's producing and um yeah, it's fun.
Awesome. I mean, listen, we're always changing as people. And at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like, I think it's going to have an impact, whether outward or just like subconsciously on the product that you're putting out. And you know what I mean? Like, if you hadn't
Yeah.
gone to that concert and had just discovered new artists or the radio hadn't been playing, things could take drastic shifts. You never know.
Well, and like on a personal note, and I'm not trying to make this depressing, but so I lost my
It's
dad
okay.
3
Sorry to
years
hear
ago.
that.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So my last album was very much like a dedication to my dad. It was kind of a grief album. But my mom and I like really went we I was about to say we really went down or well, we went down a train rabbit hole because
Sure.
Train lost, I think, his mom and like so many of his hits were about losing his mom. So like
Didn't know that. Okay.
yeah, so I would like listen to his songs and then I'd try to write like Train. Like isn't that interesting? Like
Nice. That's
what you
very
feel
interesting. And I still think an underrated band to this day because we know the
totally.
hits, but if you listen to the full catalog, like
And
it's not that.
that guy is so good at writing hits that are so heartfelt, you
Sure.
know, like Calling All Angels. And so I was like, how do I write Calling All Angels? Like, how do I write a sad song that's meaningful to me, but make it like really boppy? So,
That's the impossible question. That's
yeah,
the impossible task.
yeah.
But I think you're pulling it off quite well so far. I'm
Thank you.
excited to hear, what else is on the way, obviously.
Yeah.
I have a hypothetical question for you,
Okay.
specifically about this song. If you could pick a setting for someone to experience it for the first time, where do you think like the perfect place would be?
So I think this is the first like party dance song I've ever written.
Yeah.
So I keep picturing, and what I like about this is I just keep, because I'm sorry, this is going to be a long winded answer.
Okay.
But it finally feeling like I was invited to the party reminded me of grade school, high school, college, when I didn't feel like when I felt like I was left out of a party or like left out
Right.
of the cool crowd. And that's kind of where the Mean Girls plug came in,
Sure.
which was very fun to write a song that had the Mean Girls
Yeah.
reference. But I hope like seventh graders or like 17-year-olds find this and bop to it on the weekends with their friends and like their friends who are their friends who like, when you finally find your clique, it doesn't matter like if you're popular or not, but like when you finally find your clique, I just hope it's a gang of girls or guys like
Yeah.
just bopping out to it together when they're just like with their friends and having a good time. It just made me really nostalgic for my group of friends from high school and college that like really made me feel like I belonged.
That's a perfect answer. I love that. I'm serious. I
Okay.
think like a real big strength of the song is that obviously it's very personal to you lyrically,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like 99.9% of the people that listen have no idea who you are. And
Yeah.
unless they actually take the time to listen line by line and make the connections and do the research about you, they're going to have no idea.
Yeah.
And you need to write something general enough for people to kind of impart their own meaning in it and
Totally.
obviously have a chorus catchy enough to remember and sing out loud with their friends. And that's what this song is. Because again, like I think probably by my second listen, yeah, I was humming along and I was singing along because I was like, this is the definition of a catchy song with heart.
Yeah.
Lyrically, but also instrumentally. And
Oh my God.
it's so hard to do.
Austin, you're like the best ever. I feel like you get it. Thank you
I
so
get
much
it.
for getting it. Yeah.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. Um, well, listen, we're recording this at the beginning of the year. It's the beginning of March.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have things that are in the works and on the way,
Yeah.
but it's a long year ahead. Is there anything else that's happening, potentially like live performances or anything else you'd like to talk about in that realm?
Honestly, we're kind of like in that planning phase right now with
Yeah,
shows.
sure.
And because it's like applying to all the festivals right now, but I'm just really excited. All the music's recorded for this new EP. So there's probably going to be some Easter eggs in the next few months.
Cool.
Probably going to drop sometime in the summer. So I'm
Oh, yeah.
excited.
Nice. What about personally? Like, I know that, and you don't have to get super into it, but I
Yeah.
think, like, especially as an independent artist, everything is on your back. to
Yeah.
to do everything because it goes back to yeah, you're making music, but you're also like a full-time, you have to be a full-time social media person or
Yeah.
just networking marketing person. How do you find time for yourself to kind of step back and like, I don't know, experience your own life?
Well, that's such a good question. So I got married last year
Nice.
and I took an 11-month break from TikTok. And
Oh, I don't know if I could do that, but
I was
good for
feeling
you.
like, yes. And I also, I started a Patreon and then I took a
Nice.
11-month break from Patreon. Like,
Okay.
so I got engaged a year ago yesterday and then like
Sweet.
completely ditched so many Bronte Fall things. Like I was recording still and like playing shows, but I ditched Patreon. I wasn't great at social media. And I have this other side project called Broads and Songs in Nashville, and I put on female fronted shows. But all of that had
Sweet.
to take a back seat last year. So this year, I'm just so excited. I'm getting back into Patreon. It's kind of been like really fun to get back on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm getting my show, my Broads and Songs back together. So it's honestly refreshing too. Like, I'm so excited to get back into my Patreon and, do weekly concerts and just to keep my little fans engaged, the
Of course.
fans that I have. And
No, it's about
yeah,
stoking the fire and keeping people
yeah,
excited and like obviously keeping the quality high at the same time.
yeah. And it's reminding me to like have fun with it too. And
Yeah, that's
just
true.
because I feel like sometimes you need those breaks. Like,
Oh my, yeah,
right?
absolutely. You'll burn yourself out into oblivion. I mean, you
Yeah,
you said you've been going since what was it, 2016?
yeah.
So yeah, it's been 10 years. Are you
Oh my
like
God.
if you don't
Yeah.
take those breaks, that's yeah, the recipe for disaster.
Right. I didn't know it was going to be 11 months, but here we are. But I'm just really excited to be back and doing
Awesome.
it doesn't feel exhausting. It like feels very fun.
Awesome. I have a couple more for you. I
Yeah.
want to know, is there anything that I haven't asked you about the song that you think maybe is important for people to know?
You're a very good interviewer, Austin. So,
Thanks.
I feel like we kind of talked about the genre shift, what it's about. I feel like we've covered a lot of it. I love
Cool.
that we got to the heart of it. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
mean that's the most important thing. And again,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna plug everything at the end, but really it's like just listen, people, like so many people disregard lyrics for the way that music makes them feel. And I
Hmm.
can't fault them for that because, not everyone cares enough to
Yeah.
really like dig into it. But this is a song we're digging in over.
Yeah.
And
Wait, I'll tell you
yeah,
one
please,
like
please, yeah.
story. So I have lots of content to post from like the shoot, the photo shoot.
Yeah.
And I posted on Instagram and I boosted it and I got so much hate on it. And like it's just these trolls that have nothing to do. And they're saying like how generic it is. It sounds like AI. It's so stupid. And like
Sure.
it's funny how those trolls like really get in your head. So it's
Yeah.
like refreshing to talk to somebody who's actually knowledgeable about music and is like, I get what you're
Not just some
doing.
guy on his phone. Right.
Yeah.
No, and thank you, but also like for you as someone like who obviously thrives on engagement,
Yeah.
does not matter the comment. It
Yeah.
stoked something in that person
Yeah.
for them to be like, now I'm gonna type, but you know what? It just keeps boosting the post. And
Yeah.
as
Good
much as
point.
like, and I hate to say it, but sometimes you need a little rage bait to
Yeah.
like push something that will eventually find an audience. It
Yeah.
sucks, but it's true. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, well, it's hard to deal with, but you'll find a way. I don't
Well,
know
thank
what
you.
else to
This even
say.
helps. So,
Of course, good. Um, okay, my last thing for you is it's kind of like a culmination of things that I've asked, but I'd love to hear an answer was for anyone that's going to listen to your music for the first time, is there maybe like an opening message that you'd like to say to them before they click the play button?
I think one thing I'm learning, and um, I've seen it with other artists. Obviously, we've seen it with really big artists. Like, I think the evolution is interesting. I guess maybe like have an open mind because I feel like
Always.
we're all trying to find ourselves and our sound. And I think my sound has like evolved so much
Right.
since the first time I released a song, which was 2017. But Austin, you made such a good point. Like, I think at the core, it's my voice and it's my lyrics that like ties
Million
everything
percent.
together.
Yeah.
And it kind of just makes it really interesting, you know?
Everything else is not background noise, but really like people listen to music, I think primarily for the vocals. If they're not,
Yeah.
finding a love in that, then they're not going to return. So you can kind of
Right.
do anything within. Okay. And one more thing is like,
Yeah.
I think music nowadays is essentially genreless. Like we're so far into the future of production and technology that like people don't just make pop music. They don't just make rock music.
Yeah.
Everything is a culmination of everything that's ever been done. So
Totally.
people listen to music for the artist, their story, their sound. Everything else is background noise.
Totally. I love that. Really good point.
Great. Perfect. Um, this was awesome. I
Was.
truly want to thank you so much for taking the time. Before we
Great.
wrap up, though, please let me plug everything for you
Yes.
one more time. So, if you've made it this far into the interview, you probably know that I'm speaking with Brontë Fall, but the song is called Invited to the Party. As always, we'll have the links everywhere so you can listen and share and follow along and stay tuned. As she said, there's so much more in the works. I'm excited personally, but this would be the greatest time to follow on her social media for everything. You're amazing. This was a blast. Truly, I mean that.
Agreed, Austin. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I assume that it's probably cold in Chicago, so
I'm
stay
in Nashville
warm.
right now, but
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yeah,
Cool.
kind of go back and forth. So,
Sweet. Well, stay in comfortable weather.
yeah,
And I hope to speak soon. This was awesome.
this was. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I'll talk to you later. Bye
Okay,
bye.
I'll see you. Bye.
See ya.